Okay, so let's get into this. This article comes from intuitiveeating.com. No author and no date are provided. So let's just get into it. What is intuitive eating? Intuitive eating is an approach that teaches you how to create a healthy relationship with your food, mind, and body, where you ultimately become the expert of your own body. You learn how to distinguish between physical and emotional feelings and gain a sense of body wisdom. It also it's also a process of making peace with food so that you no longer have constant food worrying thoughts. It's knowing that your body and your worth as a person do not change because you ate a food that you had labeled as bad or fattening. The underlying premise of intuitive eating is that you will learn to respond to your inner body cues because you were born with all the wisdom you need for eating intuitively. On the surface, this may sound simplistic, but it is rather complex. This inner wisdom is often clouded by years of dieting and food myths that abound in the culture. For example, eating when you're hungry and stop when you're full may sound like basic common sense, but when you have a history of chronic dieting or of following rigid healthy rules about eating, it can be quite difficult. To be able to ultimately return to your inborn intuitive eater, a number of things need to be in place. Most importantly, the ability to trust yourself. Here is a summary of the 10 principles of intuitive eating from our book, Intuitive Eating, second edition, 2003. With these principles comes a world of satisfying eating and a sense of freedom that can be exhilarating. Intuitive eating principles. Number 1, reject the diet mentality. Throw out the diet books and magazine articles that offer you false hope or losing weight quickly, easily, and permanently. Get angry at the lies that have led you to feel as if you were a failure every time a diet stopped working and you gained back all of the weight. If you allow even one small hope to linger that a new and better diet might be lurking around the corner, it will prevent you from being free to rediscover intuitive eating. Number 2, honor your hunger. Keep your body biologically fed with adequate energy and carbohydrates. Otherwise, you can trigger a primal drive to overeat. Once you reach the moment of excessive hunger, all intentions of moderate conscious eating are fleeting and irrelevant. Learning to honor this first biological signal sets the stage for rebuilding trust with yourself and food. Number 3, make peace with food. Call a truce. Stop the food fight. Give yourself unconditional permission to eat. If you tell yourself that you can't or shouldn't have a particular food, it can lead to intense feelings of deprivation that build into uncontrollable cravings and often binging. When you finally give in to your forbidden food, eating will be experienced with such intensity, it usually results in Last Supper overeating and overwhelming guilt. Number 4, challenge the food police. Scream aloud no to thoughts in your head that declare you're good for eating under 1,000 calories or bad because you ate a piece of chocolate cake. The food police monitor the unreasonable rules that dieting has created. The police station is housed deep in your psyche, and its loudspeaker shouts negative barbs, hopeless phrases, and guilt provoking indictments. Chasing the food police away is a critical step in returning to intuitive eating. Number 5, respect your fullness. Listen for the body signals that tell you that you are no longer hungry. Observe the signs that show that you're comfortably full. Pause in the middle of a meal or food and ask yourself how the food tastes and what is your current fullness level. Number 6, discover the satisfaction factor. The Japanese have the wisdom to promote pleasure as one of their goals of healthy living in our fury to be thin and healthy. We often overlook one of the most basic gifts of existence, the pleasure and satisfaction that can be found in the eating experience. When you eat what you really want in an environment that is inviting and conducive, the pleasure you derive will be a powerful force in helping you feel satisfied and content. By providing this experience for yourself, you will find that it takes much less food to decide you've had enough. Number 7, honor your feelings without using food. Find ways to comfort, nurture, distract, and resolve your issues without using food. Anxiety, loneliness, boredom, anger are emotions we all experience throughout life. Each has its own trigger, and each has its own appeasement. Food won't fix any of these feelings. It may comfort for the short term, distract from the pain, or even numb you into a food hangover. But food won't solve the problem. If anything, eating for an emotional hunger will only make you feel worse in the long run. You'll ultimately have to deal with the source of the emotion, as well as the discomfort of overeating. Number 8, respect your body. Accept your genetic blueprint. Just as a person with a shoe size of 8 would not expect to realistically squeeze into a 6, it is equally as futile and uncomfortable to have the same expectations with body size. But mostly respect your body so you can feel better about who you are. It's hard to reject the diet mentality if you are unrealistic and overly critical about your body shape. Number 9, exercise, feel the difference. Forget militant exercise. Just get active and feel the difference. Shift your focus to how it feels to move your body rather than the calorie burning effect of exercise. If you focus on how you feel from working out, such as energized, it can make the difference between rolling out of bed for a brisk morning walk or hitting the snooze alarm. If when you wake up, your only goal is to lose weight, it is usually not a motivating factor in that moment of time. Number 10, honor your health. Gentle nutrition. Make food choices that honor your health and taste buds while making you feel well. Remember that you don't have to eat a perfect diet to be healthy. You will not suddenly get a nutrient deficiency or gain weight from one snack, one meal, or one day of eating. It's what you eat consistently over time that matters. Progress, not perfection, is what counts. Again, this article comes from intuitiveeating.com, and there is no author or no date available or provided for this article. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.